The National Education Policy, the second biggest change in the Indian education system recently, the first one being this.
कौन है ये? Who's playing all these songs and all?
What? We've leveled up in messing with teachers. Now, jokes aside, the Ram Mandir Bhumi Pujan has overshadowed the NEP, so this video will serve as a little bit of a revision exercise. And before we go any further, please like, share, comment, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this video on IGTV, the link to the channel is on our bio. Moving on. The NEP has received a lot of praise, and rightfully so. Here are some of its positives. Point 1. The 10+2 system has been replaced by the 5+3+3+4 system, and it has a few implications. For example, if you look at the very bottom of this picture, schooling for children of ages 3 to 6 has been standardized. This means that the government will use Anganwadi centers as preschools instead of beginning formal education at grade 1. And well, thank God, 5-year-olds need to go to school, because some have been running countries and it really hasn't been working out. Another example is that annual exams have been abolished. Instead, exams will be held for classes 3, 5, 8, 10, and 12. And even these exams will not be based on rote learning, but on practical skills and all-round development. Vocational training has been provided. Coding is being taught from class 6, and co-curricular activities are being given credits for. I'm dreaming. Shit, this is a dream. This is a dream. Point 2. There will be 2 board exams in a year instead of 1, and this will for sure reduce the pressure on students. And that's not fair. It's just not fair. I want to be able to traumatize my children exactly how my mom traumatized me, by putting an insane amount of importance on that one day where I have to vomit everything I know onto that one piece of paper. It's not fair. It's not fair.
I want to bully.
Point 3. In 11th and 12th, there won't be rigid streams, which means you can take physics with psychology, chemistry with commerce, home science and history. I don't know, go wild. Point 4. There will be a common entrance exam, just like the SATs in America, and this would declutter the college admission system. Well, good, because 2 years ago I spent 20K on 20 different entrance exams, and I would have gotten a second-hand scooty pep for that price. Point 5. Foreign universities will be allowed to operate on Indian soil, and this, hopefully, will increase the standards of Indian universities. Point 6. Undergraduate degrees will now be for 4 years with multiple exit options. This means that after 1 year, you will get a certificate, 2 years a diploma, 3 years a degree, and 4 years a research degree. Statistically, this is known to reduce the number of jobless aunties that bitch about the man, the myth, the legend, Binod the dropout. Look at him. Look at that charisma. Look at that confidence. Do you want to bitch about him? Really? I don't. I want to move on to point 7, which says that the credit bank system will be followed. This means that you can resume your education after a break, which means that you can go on that pretentious self-discovery road trip in the middle of your course, look at shitty signs like these, have a Buddhist prayer flag on your handlebar, and still do this. Wow, Apratim. That's exactly how a mom sounds when she's asking her teenage boy to get out of a really long shower. Moving on. Point 8. Colleges are asked to be multidisciplinary so that you can major and minor in different domains. And that's great. All of this means that if I'm a dude that just got out of 10th grade, choosing my education will be like choosing an order in Subway. For real though, I hate ordering in Subway. Why do you have to give me so many options? Why do you want to ask me so many questions? Just make something and shove it in my face like McDonald's and KFC. Well, as disapproving as I am of Subway orders, I really like flexibility in education. But that isn't to say that the NEP doesn't have negatives. It does. Point 1. The Anganwadi workers aren't trained or equipped enough to be handling 3 to 6 year olds. Some of them have even protested that they haven't been paid on time. Taking care of 3 to 6 year olds is literally the worst job on the planet. Look at how angry they are. Pay them. Please. Well, an easy counter to that would be that the government is setting aside 6% of GDP for education henceforth, which brings me to my second point. To give money to something, you need to take money away from something else. Where is the money coming from? Well, maybe we'll have smaller statues henceforth. If you look at it, the 1968 NEP under Indira Gandhi and the 1986 NEP under Rajiv Gandhi both gave the 6% GDP promise, but no one even came close to it. Point 3. The NEP suggests that the local language or the mother tongue be the medium of instruction for students at least until class 5. This comes with its own set of complications, like the disparity between government and private schools and problems for children whose parents get transferred all the time. Just imagine a Kannadiga sitting in a Bengali classroom all of a sudden. Point 4. The influx of foreign universities will drive up education costs. Point 5. Question. What is the similarity between an irrelevant town, my grandmother's heart, and the parliament? They have all been bypassed. Why wasn't such a good policy brought into the parliament? No one knows. Point 6. We haven't been investing in research. Quoting part-time politician and full-time thesaurus Dr. Shashi Tharoor, the NEP should have offered more tangible and realizable targets for research. There are currently only 15 researchers in India per 100,000 of population when you compare it to China's 111. The NEP has real potential to change a lot of things that are wrong with the Indian education system. But what actually matters is its implementation. As a wise man once said, the devil lies in the monkey business that is Indian politics.